Boy, this is a great thing. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, right?
I'm going to tell you right now, the last time we had a chance to speak with Janet, I actually brought her strawberries and yogurt.
That's right. She came into the studio.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
But that's okay. Even though she's on the phone, the bottom line is she's with us this morning. Janet Jackson joining us. Hi, Janet.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, Dee Dee, why don't you take the good part of
Doug's
this?
getting ready to get starstruck, okay, Janet? So forgive him. He's just going to sit back and chill and just marvel at the fact that you're on the phone.
Oh, God.
And he's probably going to be kissing the phone and licking the phone, but it's okay, all right? Don't worry about it.
Licking it too, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, well, let me just say this much. First of all, I have already actually heard a sneak of your album.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. You got one here.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Demita Joe's the name of the album, and it is great. Now, you know what, Janet? I remember last year when Dee Dee was talking about you coming out with this album this year, the word was out there it was going to be all dance. And from what I'm hearing, it's not all dance, is it?
Yeah, so first of all, I want to know, why did you choose the name Demita Joe? That's your middle name?
That's my middle name.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And it's about different characters, really, that live within me. It's about love, and a few of these characters are displayed on the album.
Now, I understand.
You got some great cuts on here, Janet.
Oh, well, thank you.
I noticed, and another thing, too, I'm noticing, too, about this particular CD, you didn't just work with Jimmy and Terry. You really kind of spread it out, didn't you?
Yeah, I worked with a lot of different people.
Give us a rundown. I know, obviously, the I Want You song is produced by Kanye West.
Yes, by Conway and Jimmy and Terry and myself.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with Dallas Austin. I worked with Babyface. I worked with Rock again. I worked with On Tour and Anders. They're actually European guys, European producers. It was so much fun in the studio with them.
So did they write and produce, or did you help write and also produce?
You mean with everyone or with them? Or?
With everybody.
With for the most part, with everybody. I mean, there are some songs that I actually didn't write, but it was a collaborative effort.
Okay, Janet, I got to go there because they were talking about there's one song on there that deals with a woman having a big O, and I ain't talking about Oprah Winfrey's magazine. And they said you're talking about the big O and how it sounds beautiful. I mean, the lyrics. Did you write that song?
Moist.
Yes,
that's about moist.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're not talking about a cake either. Not a Duncan Hines cake. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me ask. You wrote that song when... Okay, first of all, what's the inspiration and where were you when you wrote it?
Well, I think you know what the inspiration is. Where was I when I wrote it? At home.
And where do you write? Like, do you have a special place where you go in your house to write?
It all depends. There are times when I write at home. There are times when I love to drive. So I'll get in my car and I'll put on the music and I'll create melodies. Put it in my little tape recorder like that as I'm driving.
Really?
Yeah. And sometimes when you create a melody, a line will come up or something that you're feeling will come up, and that might start the ball rolling for lyrically speaking.
Right.
You just might scrap it and just start from scratch. But
that's interesting because I think we've asked this question of just about every major artist there is that we've ever talked to. I don't think anybody's ever said they just like sometimes get in their car and drive and melodies come up. That's cool.
Well, let me ask you this about that song, by the way, because, we do know what you're dealing with on this song. It's called Moist and everything. Did you let your mom hear it, and what did she say?
Well, no, she hasn't heard it yet.
Are you nervous about her hearing it?
No, I think she knows that I have a very sexual side to me by now. At least I would hope that she'd know after all these albums.
Right.
So she's pretty used to it. I mean,
are you nervous, though, about, like, your teenage fans and what their parents are going to say? Because everybody's in an uproar lately.
Yeah, they've been in an uproar, but there's an edited version, so.
In this album, you said...
They can, if they choose to, they can listen to that.
Now, this is your 8th album, right? Is this the 8th one, they said?
You know what? I don't keep up with stuff like that, but I'm assuming it is because someone else mentioned it to me being the 8th, and you're saying it, so I guess it is.
I don't know. I was reading, you're on the front of Ebony, and I was reading, and Janet Speaks and all this stuff, and I'm reading it, and they were saying it's the 8th, and I was thinking to myself, wow, 8 albums. So will it get to a point where you say, I'm going to do 10, and I'm going to retire, like Jay-Z did?
Yeah, do you ever get tired of this, Janet?
I love what I do. I really enjoy it. I mean, there are other things that I do want to do, but I don't know if I'll ever truly stop. I mean, there's a time where I'm sure I'll slow down.
Right.
It's inevitable. Everyone does. But I don't know if I'll ever really stop.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? I tell you, this album is Damita Jo, and it's going to be released on the 30th. You definitely need to go out and pick this up. Janet, hang on. Let me take a break real fast, and we'll come back. And I want to talk to you about your the All Access you did with BET, which was really good the other night. Can you hang on a second?
Sure.
Great. It's Janet Jackson. It's the Doug Banks Morning Show. Back this morning with Janet Jackson. The brand new CD is called Damita Jo. It's in stores. It drops Tuesday the 30th. Make sure you pick it up. There's some great music on here. You know, the one thing I noticed about this, Janet, on this album, there is a little bit of R&B, there's some funk, there's a little bit of everything. I think everybody's going to be pleased with this particular collaboration. And again, it's Jimmy and Terry. You got Kanye West. You with Dallas Austin. You spread it around with so many different people after working exclusively so long with just one set of producers. Tell me, is it difficult sometimes when you're working with such a wide variety of producers to go ahead and do exactly how they want you to do it?
No, it actually isn't. I like for them to be relaxed and for them to work the way that they truly desire, and for me to conform to their way of doing things. It's interesting for me to see the way that they work, as opposed to saying, okay, this is the way I want to do it, this is the way that I'm used to doing it. And they always want you as an artist to feel comfortable, but I like, if they're more comfortable in their home studio, then I'll fly and to their state, their city, and record there, unless it's my schedule doesn't permit it.
Right.
But that's important to me, because it's important for me for them to feel comfortable, and I'm good at adapting for the most part.
Right.
Janet, what are the things you need in the studio? Like, there's some people who need a bunch of, I want a lot of soda, I want Hennessy, I want this in the studio when I'm recording. What are some things that you need when you record?
I need my candles. I need my incense. I need flowers, and that's really it. I need the lights to be either really, really low or off.
Wow. Okay, I got a lot of questions I want to ask real quick. I'm trying to get them all out. New rumors going on that you're going to do a jewelry line, clothing line, or something. Is there truth to that?
No.
You're not going to do that?
No, I've never agreed to do that.
Okay. Now,
that's
another
funny.
What?
No, that's funny. I hadn't heard that one.
You would do very well, by the way. I would buy, definitely. Okay.
Well, thank you.
I understand also, you're doing Good Morning America. I don't know, now the snow is so awful. Are you going to still do Good Morning America?
As of right now, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, now, what are your thoughts on them trying to do a 5-second delay? Are you kind of going, come on, people? That's what people are claiming. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I mean, they can do whatever they feel in their hearts to do. If that's what they want to do, that's cool with me. I have no problem with it.
I'll tell you, this interview with Ebony, I like how candid you were in this interview. You talked about you and Jermaine Dupri, how you took him home to the family, and obviously there's a problem with your cooking. Janet, what is it? You said LaToya talked about your cooking.
No, there's not a problem with it. She was telling him how I do cook. And
really?
Oh, God, why did you have to tell him that?
Hey, Janet, you know what? While watching the All Access piece the other night on BET, when you're filming the video, I Want You, which, by the way, I want to thank you very much, because we sent a listener out there to be on that video shoot with you, and I appreciate you being so gracious and taking time. But that seemed to be, you seem to be really very much in love. Is this a great time for you right now?
It's a wonderful time for me.
That's great.
I love it because you're so honest about it.
Yeah.
Well, what am I supposed to be?
Because, some celebrities now get to that point where they don't want anybody to know, and it seems that now that you're very honest, people seem to leave you guys alone a little bit. I mean, don't you think?
Yeah, they do. It was really weird in the beginning because they were saying that I wasn't admitting it, but I wasn't doing any interviews. I was never asked.
Right.
If anybody would have ever asked me, I would have said yes as well.
Right.
So now that I am and people are asking me, I don't see what the big issue is. Everyone needs love in their life, I feel, and in some sort of form, and we're doing very well.
Really? So let me ask, do you think you'll ever get married again?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really do. I don't think marriage is for everyone, and I don't know if it's for me or not. I mean, I'm happy with the way things are, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having a family out of wedlock. That's just me, though.
Right. I really appreciate you. I mean, I'm admiring the fact that you are speaking out and everything. Again, this Ebony, you guys got to pick this up too, because I love that you're speaking to Ebony and stuff like that. And one thing you talked about, you issued an apology and it was edited and everything else. Do you feel that the black media treats you a little bit fairly? More fairly, I should say?
It seems to have been that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what would possess a person or a station to edit you saying something was an accident. I mean, obviously they're trying to skew it to the public for it to seem like it was something else other than what it really was.
Right.
See, so that's
I know. You don't have to go into it. I'm just going to say, by the way, and you know what it has done, Janet? It's made everybody say there's a double standard that's going on in the industry. And for a long time, people didn't want to recognize it. But you understand what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so funny how they, say they've pulled this and pulled that from television and done this and that. But for a few days later, everything was back to the way it was. And I don't know if the public even knows that, but you see it written in all these different magazines. It's a lot of people have done it just to say, okay, we're complying for the moment, but I mean, granted, things have changed, but for the most part, things have kind of stayed the same too.
Some people are saying that it's all because it's what did they say? It's an election year, and they don't have anything. The Republicans have nothing else to talk about or stand on.
Well, I mean, look at war and all that's going on. A lot of times, I feel like it's just a deterrent. From all the drama that's gone on. So I was the perfect candidate for that, with what had happened.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, I still think that I think that's what makes you the gracious lady that you are, is the way you handled yourself, the way you handled the situation, and I got your back, Janet. For whatever it's worth, I had it. I always will have it.
Well, that's very, very sweet, and I thank you. And like you said, our people have been extremely supportive. Not saying they've been the only ones to support, but it's been a lot fairer.
Yeah, definitely. When it's all said and done, Janet, when you're done with all of this, how would you like to be remembered?
Honestly, just as someone who loves helping other people. That's really what I enjoy doing. I love working with organizations. I love giving to organizations. And there's so much more in life that I really want to do along those lines that I haven't even begun. And I feel God, I've said this so many times, but I really feel God put me here for that. And I've been able to do it a little bit through my music, but I want to do so much more of that.
Right. Wow.
How about a tour?
Love it.
You're going to tour this summer?
Yes. Well, I don't know about this summer, but there will be a tour.
Okay. Okay, cool. You know what? I mean, every time you're on with us, I know I end this by saying the same thing all the time, that I wish you nothing but the best. The brand new CD is great. Like I said, I heard it. It's fabulous. It'll drop next Tuesday, the 30th. And I just wish you the best, because I swear to you, when I'm watching you the other night on TV, on the All Access, I mean, I was just amazed. And I even said this the next morning on the air. You just look extremely happy, and I'm just really, really happy for you, because with all the mess that's gone on, you've really you've held your head high, and you never look back, and you're just a great person. I really love you.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you know what? You're right. This is the happiest I've ever been.
Good.
It really is. Yeah, it is.
Good for you. Good for you. Janet Jackson on the Doug Banks Morning Show this morning. Remember, the CD will be in stores next Tuesday, the 30th. And Janet, let me just tell you right now, because I love you so much, if there's ever a time that your car should happen to break down and you need somebody just to take you around just so you can go and get a tune in your head, I'm here for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll be happy to pass my numbers along to you so that you can go and call just in case you ever need a ride someplace.
Okay.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Too cute.
All right, hold on one second. It's Janet Jackson. It's the Doug Banks Morning Show. Boy, this is a great thing. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, right?